In today's video lesson, we are going to discuss about internal block diagram of 8051. So this is completely internal block diagram of 8051, which consists of bus controls, 4 IO ports, that is input and output ports, serial port, timers, 128 bytes of RAM and 4 kilobytes of ROM, we can say as a memories, interrupt controllers, processor. To run this, we are using the oscillator. So let's go move to one by one. So first is the bus control. So this bus control here, it consisting of two buses, that is data bus and the address bus. So in 8051 we have two bus controllers, we can say as a data bus and address bus. This data bus is consisting of 8-bit of data, whereas this address bus is of 16-bit of data. So the information content for the registers, everything for data bus it is 8-bit and for the address it is 16-bit. And here if we come to that 4 input and output ports, so there are 4 input and output ports, namely port 0, port 1, port 2, port 3. And this each port will consisting of 8 bits. Okay, so if you come for port 0, okay, port 0 operation, we can also write as port 0. Okay, this is used to perform only input and output operations. It is act like a general purpose IO ports. We can say as it is going to act like a general purpose IO ports. And this port 0 can also be known as a dual role. It is also be known as a dual role because it going to perform dual operations. Similarly, the port 1, or we can say as a port P1, so this is perform dual functions, and this is basically used for interfacing activities. It is basically meant for interfacing activities. Okay, whereas port 2, that is P2, this is meant for, it is similar like a port 0 operations. When external memory is present, it is similar to the port 0 in case of external memory is present, and it acts like a multiplexed address to the, it acts like a multiplex address and data bus. Okay, port 0 is nothing but it is a used to perform input and output operations. It is going to be act like a general purpose IO ports, and this is also known as a dual role as it is performing dual functions. Whereas port 1, that is P1, does not perform any dual functions, and mainly it is used for interfacing activities. Whereas port 2, P2, we can say it is a similar like a P0 operations if external memory is present, and it's going to be act like a multiplexed address and a data bus. Whereas port 3, that is P3, it just behaves as a dedicated, it's meant for dedicated input and output ports. So these are all the 4 input and output ports, and here you have to remember that each port will consisting of 8-bit of data. Okay, next coming to the timers and controllers. So here this we can say as a timers, or we can or not, we can say as a controllers, sorry, counters, not controllers, sorry. Here this is basic, it is an internal operations, and it is going to be synchronized using clock circuit. Okay, and here there will be consisting of timers or counters which are of 2. We can say that, for example, here it means 2 timers or 2 counters will be exist, and which of 16-bit of data. So here we can say as a timers or counters, it is going to be divided as T0, T1. So T0 will consisting of 16-bit, and T1 also consisting of 16-bit. In other hand, you can write that this T0 is there now. It can be written as T lower and T higher. Timer higher, timer lower at 0. Here also similarly, timer lower, timer higher. Means this timer higher consists of 8-bit, this timer lower consisting of 8-bit. Similarly here timer lower 0 consisting of 8-bit and timer higher 0 consisting of 8. So total 16-bit. So here the timers is consisting of 2 timers or the counters, we can say that is consisting of 16-bit data, whereas all these ports are consisting of 8-bit data. Whereas in bus control the data is consisting of 8-bit and address is consisting of 16-bit. You have to remember this. Based on this you are going to perform the programmings, everything. Okay, next and this timer can be used as a counter for timing operations that depends upon the source of the clock pulse given to the counters. Okay, next we are going for the internal RAM, we can say that. So internal RAM here, RAM and ROM, we can say the both are the memories, we can say that. So we know all that RAM is nothing but random access memory and ROM is the read only memory. So here internally the ROM size in 8051 microcontroller is of 4 kilobytes. As in previous video has been explained the features of 8051. So in the internal ROM size is 8051 microcontroller is 4 kilobytes of memory, and this is used for program memory, and whatever the RAM memory is used, this is meant for the program memory. And whereas the internal RAM memory size 128 bytes is there, this memory is stored for the data memory. This is used for data memory. You have to remember this. The 4 kilobytes of ROM is meant for program memory and 28 bytes of RAM is meant for the data memory. And here there is a serial port. Okay, there will be one serial port existed in 8051. This serial port we are knowing as a SBUF. Okay, nothing but serial buffer. And here in the serial port the data buffer will holds the data. Whatever the data is there, it is going to be hold. And there will be 2 registers in the serial port at same locations, in which the port will act like a reading serial data, serial input data known as serial data received buffer, and another way it is going to be write the serial output data, which is known as a data transmit. I am repeating here, there are 2 registers in serial port. One is transmission data and receiving data. So here in the when there is this in a serial port, all the same locations in which port will act as a reading serial input data is known as a received data, serial data received buffer. In another case the port is used for writing serial output data, means it is known as a transmit. This is going to be read and this is going to be write, and this is reading the input and this is going to write the output. So this is about the serial buffer. Now coming to the interrupt controllers. Interrupt controllers actually in 8051 it consisting of 5 sources of interrupts, we can say that. 2 will be the external and 3 will be the internal. Okay, and the 3 internal sources are connected to the timer flag 0, timer flag 1 and serial port communications. Okay, next coming to the central processing unit. This in this all the buses, whatever buses, all the other devices are going to be connected for the processor. So processor is the brain of the microprocessor unit, microcontrollers unit, and it is used to manage, or it is used to control all the basic operations surrounded in it. And for this we are connecting the oscillators like a switching purpose, and we are using the crystal oscillator. And this is the explanation about the internal block diagram of 8051.